Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Take It to the Hizzy Fantasy Football TITTH number 44. Long time no see. I'm your host, Justin Bruni. I got Nick Davis with me. Tell him what's up, Nick.
What's up, guys?
Coming off an exciting Week 1 NFL Sunday. What was your favorite part, Nick?
My favorite part.
What's sticking in your head?
Was I played offensive line basically my entire life in football.
I know where you're going with this.
I love offensive linemen getting huge press. So I loved Trent Williams blasting. It looked like I thought it was Buda Baker at first, but I don't want to put him on blast like that.
I think it was a linebacker. I don't know.
He hit him hard and took him out, and it was really. I retweeted and was like, it's beautiful. And then also Aaron Donald just taking out two Dallas Cowboys offensive linemen like they were like pinballs basically.
They were literally like pads on the practice.
Yeah,
field.
yeah. It was incredible. Like that's incredible strength. Like I think he's only 6 foot or 5'11". Like he is with his shirt off. He's jacked. He's the most jacked defensive lineman in the league. There's a reason why he's 99.
6'1".
He's 99. But he looks really small compared to other people, but his strength is just incredible, and it was awesome to see. I could literally see from behind Dak's fear of him like shitting the bed, basically. So I would have a lot of fear. It's nothing on Dak. I mean, I would have a lot of fear myself. So
being able to like bust through that hole, create that giant gap in the middle of the field, and then still be able to take down the quarterback. And Dak literally, you could just thrown it away. Dak was still trying to make the play on that one. Probably should have tossed that one away. Donald all over him, was a monster last night on Sunday Night Football. Trent Williams, Pat McAfee retweeted as well, and he just said, it's perfect. It's just like, I would just poop my pants right then and there in the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, what the hell?
Absolutely.
Where did that tackle, where did that end come from? That's crazy.
The one thing about the Aaron Donald play that we saw, I think I saw it in half speed basically because he was moving a lot slower than full speed. But imagine the speed that it takes to be able to knock over two 300-pound men into each other and then still have the wherewithal to still hit the quarterback before the ball is released. Dak barely got that ball off, and it was just incredible to see the athleticism of Aaron Donald, and he's a defensive lineman.
Yeah, it was really awesome. Big fan of it. We're going to break into some of the offensive sides of the ball here. Nick, I got to ask you, dude, where's my star?
I was looking for him myself. Jeez.
Man, some of these first round, second round names, high draft capital, just did not lock it in for you. And even some names beyond that, third round, fourth round guys.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin, who you weren't high on.
Yeah.
OBJ, who we both weren't high on. A lot of these big names, a lot of names that you were banking on being able to provide you success week 1, didn't get it done.
Nope.
So let's take it from the top here. Nick, first man up. Dude, where's your star?
Austin Ekeler, man. That was really disappointing. The most disappointing part of his play was his receptions. He only got 1 for 3 yards, and he literally set the league on fire with I think he had over 100 targets last year.
He had 92 catches last year. Anthony Lynn, shame, bro. Shame.
I did see on Twitter that someone was talking about that. Does Tyrod Taylor know that he can pass the ball to Austin Ekeler? So I think it was definitely something to do with Tyrod. But very disappointing. I mean, I had him in a couple DFSs. Didn't work out really well. So very disappointing.
Yeah, big failure DFS wise. Didn't have that cost. The Kamaras, the Zekes, the CMCs was definitely a tier below those guys. I think we paid $7,000 for them. In DraftKings in our combined one, and nothing. The 19 carries, cool, great, love to see that volume, but no efficiency from the offensive line, no love in the passing game from Tyrod. 1 catch, 3 yards, come on, and I'm pretty sure that was in the first quarter.
Yeah.
And this was a game where they were trying to bury the Bengals and they just could not do it. They did wind up coming up with a victory, but they had to dodge a missed field goal within 30 yards.
Yeah.
It was a super close kick. Bullock's leg literally just came up just limp. It was just done. It's
embarrassing.
I don't even know if it's embarrassing. He just injured his leg on the kick. I really don't know what happened to him. Hashtag fade the kickers. But yeah, I mean, another thing, kickers yesterday just killing people. But yeah, Chargers tried to bear the Bengals, couldn't do it. Needed to use Ekeler more. They didn't get any efficiency out of Keenan Allen as well. But this
disappointing too. Yeah.
Yeah. 4 for 8, 4 catches, 8 targets, 37 receiving yards. Nothing there for him. Tyrod just not going to provide a ton of upside or efficiency. They got to get the kid in there. They got to get Herbert in there. And I'm sure Burrow and Herbert, I'm sure they connected after that one. I'm sure it was tough on Burrow. Hayward, drawing the push off on Green, and then the missed field goal is a lot to happen for Burrow to lose his opener there.
Well, one quick thing about talking about Hayward, the one thing we were talking about at work was defensive players. The game is not meant for them to succeed, so now they have to figure out some kind of way to get these pass interference calls, and we saw two. Was it offensive pass interference or
offensive pass interference? We're looking at AJ Green and Michael Gallup, game-deciding offensive pass interference calls. And I thought that Hayward sold his better than Ramsey. I thought that Gallup's was just a straight-up bad call.
That was a hand fight, man. That's all it is.
That one was a bad call.
Yeah.
And I think that Hayward just did too good of a job. When there was the contact from Green. Green got up into him, obviously, and then to back off a little bit. And as he did that, as he got his hands on Hayward's chest, Hayward just like LeBron, throws the whole body back, just like a repulse, there's a shockwave in AJ Green's hands or something. Because the contact that I saw from Green, it didn't look significant enough to completely throw Hayward off his balance.
They're NFL players; they're not soccer players.
Exactly.
Realize that.
Exactly.
It's incredible how these people fly and stuff like that, but they're 200 pounds, 250 pounds, 225 pounds, and they're flying like dolls. It's just kind of incredible, and we will see this more. I mean, back when we were watching football as kids, offensive pass interference was kind of unspeakable, basically.
Yeah,
it didn't
exist.
Did not exist. Now we're starting to see it. It's how the game's going now. So be on the lookout for those guys.
Back then, you'd have to literally throw the guy to the ground and then run 20 yards beyond him.
Or pull his jersey or something. It had to have been absolutely blatant. But this kind of stuff that we're seeing now, they're getting really into the weeds of it, and we're going to start seeing a lot of plays being interrupted by this. And we saw week one, 2 game-changing plays.
Oh, absolutely. Affecting the score, the winner of the game. What am I saying? The winner of the game. I mean, the Chargers, they win that game right there, and the Cowboys get set up for at least a minimum at a field goal, right? So, absolutely, come on, do better, league. What's going on, refs?
Just disappointing.
It's an offensive league, If Snyder's in refs' pockets to lose games, somebody's got to be in their pockets to make a couple of wins, right?
Yeah, jeez.
All right, next up.
What a hustle.
Mike Thomas. Dude, where's my star? Michael Thomas, there's an asterisk next to this one, high ankle sprain, but, we all spent, high draft capital. Anyone that owns Michael Thomas right now, they spent the first wide receiver pick on him, right?
Yeah.
We're talking anywhere from 5th overall to 9th, 12th, whatever in the first round. I doubt people landed him in the second. No. But regardless, first wide receiver off the board. I mean, are you excited about any of these other pieces there? They're talking about Mike Thomas being a game time decision for week 1 up against week 2 up against the Raiders, Monday Night Football.
Manuel Sanders is going to go up. Jared Cook's going to go up. Maybe Taysom Hill will go up. But
Taysom Hill, yeah.
It's just very interesting. We were talking about it before the season even started. The decision really was between Kamara or Thomas. Kamara and Thomas, and we saw this week it ended up being Kamara that was more worth the pick.
And that's what it's going to be all year long. Yep. We told you that about the volume. The volume that Kamara gets at receiver and at running back. It's just double. He's dipping into both pies here. I don't know what to tell you. He's going to have more season-long volume than Mike Thomas. Hopefully you guys didn't make that mistake and reach for Thomas over Kamara, because that's a big no-no. Traquan Smith, you taking any shares?
No.
No?
And that's a little too deep in the well for me.
Yeah, I don't think so. We'll get to the next couple here soon, or we'll get to the Scotty Miller, Mike Evans talks a little bit later. But in this situation, with Traquan Smith, nothing really excites me there. We've seen him for a couple of years now. Doesn't really pop off the page. The way that the Saints really spread the ball around. Taysom Hill, he's still a thing, guys. He's still a thing. He's still there, and he's still catching passes. He's still throwing passes, giving Drew Brees, rest, breaks, whatever.
I didn't know quarterbacks need breaks.
Hey, if you're that old, why not give Drew Brees a rest?
Water break. All right, Drew.
It worked last year, right? It worked last year. They were able to make a deep run, so I'm expecting a lot of the same this year. You got to be careful with those Drew Brees shares, guys. Got to be careful when getting him into your lineup with Taysom Hill sitting there throwing 47-yard passes.
Yeah, I mean, Drew Brees only threw 160 yards. Like,
ouch.
In like a 30-point
touchdown.
2 touchdowns in a 34-point winning effort. That's very different than what we are seeing from Drew Brees in the past.
Volatile.
He was always getting those 300, 400, even 500 games. He was, on the top of the league. But now the offense is going to be a little bit different, and they showed that they don't need exactly Drew Brees to light up the scoreboards. Just keep the defense off balance, and I think they did that pretty well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I felt like the Saints were just kind of in preseason mode. They're really testing the waters. Latavius Murray had a lot of action. For most of the game, he actually had more carries than Kamara. He was pretty much like the first down back, and Kamara was just closing it in the red zone. So they were really, using their pieces sparingly, not overloading any of their weapons, which I really liked because it was successful for them. They were able to actually, commit to that game plan and get it done. So, yeah, I liked it a lot. Mike Thomas, though, hoping he does get back into lineups for owners in week 2. I don't think this is a situation where we see him disappear or anything like that. Last year, Saquon Barkley had a high ankle sprain, and he missed about 3-4 games.
Yeah,
and he was elite with that. This is an injury that you can miss 5 to 7 games with a lingering high ankle sprain. So look out for his status going forward. But we're not necessarily saying to leap on any of the crazy options that are there. Like the Traquan Smiths or any of the other deep receivers there. They're going to have low volume, especially if Mike Thomas does get back into this lineup.
Yeah.
Who's the next one up, Nick?
So Joe Mixon. Man.
Dude, where's my star?
I just remember how excited Justin was to get that 2-yard swing pass to the right, and he was very excited.
I was pumped.
He didn't get the ball again.
I didn't get another catch from Joe Mixon. I don't even own Joe Mixon. I don't own Joe Mixon anywhere. I just want to see this offense be done, just work, right? I just want to see it get done for the Bengals. I got this Joe Burrow rookie card over here. Want to pay maybe some rent or some ads for the podcast, whatever.
Some stocks, I don't know, something. It's disappointing, because we know that he is a receiving threat. He's not just a running back. He's that new breed of running back that is really percolating through the NFL. And it's just kind of disappointing that we don't get to see the other ability that he has. And, 1 reception and you guys barely lose the game. What if you gave him 5 receptions? What if you gave him 7 receptions? That just gives more opportunity for you guys to win, and he's going to be one of those guys that's needed. So hopefully they kind of look at the tape and say, you know what, we got to get Joe the ball.
Again, very similar to Eckler, 19 carries, but 69 yards. Eckler had 84 yards rushing at least. He looked good on the ground. Mind you, different scenarios. The Chargers defense a little bit more stout up front than, say, the Bengals, right? Bengals run defense with cheese, not great.
Yeah.
They've got Nick Chubb coming to town, who's the next name up we'll get to in a second here. But Mixon, 19 carries, you love the volume.
Yeah.
He 20 touches for the game. Hey, he's on pace for 300 touches. Cool, but we need to get some efficiency out of him. And I'm telling you, Zach Taylor, it comes in the passing game.
Yeah.
Feed the man the ball. Just pass it to him. Don't hand it off to him. Your offensive line still isn't great. Did they take that injury yesterday that we saw? I can't remember who got hurt for their offensive line. I know they took a guy off the field.
I don't remember who that was.
I can't remember either. But that's all right.
We'll get back to it.
Yeah, Joe. We'll follow up on that.
Yeah.
Joe Mixon, though, man, first round, second round pick, 69 yards, 71 yards total. It's making me sick.
Yeah.
It's nonsense. All right, last one up.
Nick Chubb.
Dude, where's my star? Nick Chubb.
Really, you don't need 100 yards per game to get 1,000 yards in the NFL with a 16-game season. But 10 yards for 60 yards and then only 1 reception for 6 yards and a fumble, that's disappointing. We know that Nick Chubb is better than that. It is against a better defense with Calais Campbell being at Baltimore now. But Nick Chubb, man, if you want to be the best in the NFL, you got to run those defenses over. So, dude, where's my star?
Yeah, Nick Chubb truthers, where you at? Jonesy, big guy, where you at, buddy? Calling Nick Chubb's number He was dogging your undercall. Dogging your undercall. And you know what FanDuel did after? Well, I think you posted his under. It was like $11.99.5. Mm-hmm. You know what FanDuel did after that?
Probably raise it.
Oh, they fucking lowered it.
Oh, wow.
They brought his ass all the way down to like 10.99.5.
Whoa.
And that was before week 1. That was before week 1, before we saw this. I don't have the number up now.
Yeah.
But FanDuel was already driving down Nick Chubb's over-under total or whatever, season-long rushing total, well before week 1. So Kareem Hunt coming in, adding in almost 100 yards. It's not looking great for Nick Chubb. But I do think he bounces back next week up against the pre-mentioned Cincinnati Bengals. I just don't believe that Nick Chubb is going to be the Nick Chubb from 2019. I was defending your prop. I was defending your take a little bit. I was getting in there. But
I had a lot of history on my side.
The Cleveland Browns.
There's nothing you can do about that, man.
The House of Sadness.
Yeah.
The House that Sadness builds.
Everybody, if Peyton Hillis can run over the NFL and get a Madden cover and then disappear next year, same thing can happen to Nick Chubb. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with Nick Chubb. I think he's one of the...
I love Nick Chubb.
Yeah. I hope him a lot of success. But, man, in Cleveland, it's just... It's the... I'm not saying Cleveland's environment isn't trying to get better, but it's like a plant, dude. Like
it's a mentality.
You put a seed in the ground in Cleveland, and it just does not grow. And... there's nothing you can really say about it. It's hard to quantify, but you can see it if you watch football all the time, so...
Yeah, exactly. Nick Chubb still probably going to have a successful year, right? I like Nick Chubb a lot. We're just not going to see the same Nick Chubb in 2020 in 2020 as we did in 2019. It's just not going to be the case. Kareem Hunt's playing a full schedule. Stefanski's going to use all the weapons that he has available, right? They just lost David Njoku. That's one less weapon already that they have. Oh,
man, that's incredible how he got the touchdown and just got knocked out like that. Like
It is.
Man.
But, hey, there's already one less mouth to feed.
Yeah.
When we were talking preseason, we're like, all these names, OBJ, Landry, Chubb, Hunt, Njoku, Hooper, all these weapons. Well, week 1, there's already one less mouth to feed, so we'll see what we get in week 2. I do expect, some progression here for Nick Chubb up against the Bengals. If he doesn't go off, I'm telling you right now, for a 100-yard rushing game, I'm going to lose it. Because that's how you need to beat the Bengals. Bury the ball on the ground. Kill their defensive line.
Don't let Joe Burrow touch the ball.
Yeah, don't let Joe Burrow touch the ball.
I think he's going to be a great start. But, look, if they're going to run out the kicker, if he doesn't get a 100-yard rushing game against the Bengals, like, what use is he to them? That's kind of, very disappointing. Like, if Joe Burrow is getting high praise for torching the defense in practice and he's just starting out reading the playbook and Nick Chubb can't get 100 yards, Cleveland might implode.
I don't know about all that. I mean, they have talent there still. It's just that I feel like they may have trouble trying to, cut up the shares, if you will. Nick Chubb, I do look for him to rebound in week 2. Mixon, Eckler, the same. I think Mike Thomas is the biggest question here, right?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Just with the injury, we could have put Mike Evans here, but he had an injury going into the game, and it was very close to game time. So it's not really.
I don't think anyone was starting him.
Yeah, so Mike Thomas is the biggest question for sure because all these other guys can really bounce back, but Mike Thomas with that injury, it's gonna sap his feet. That's what he runs on the field. So we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. So, dude, where's my star? Eckler, Mike Thomas, Joe Mixon, Nick Chubb. Just a quick little review there. So let's break into some Monday Night Football, MNFC, baby, Monday Night Football Club. We got the Steelers and the Giants up first. Let's see here. I know the game total is at 44 points for the Steelers and the Giants. Instant reaction to that, Nick? Are you leaning under, over? What do you think?
Man, they're not giving too much offensive firepower. It's kind of 3 touchdowns each. I'm going to go over on this one. I think that the defenses are going to not be at the same level as these offenses. I mean, I'm kind of going against the grain because it was kind of the opposite for Sunday, but we'll see.
I guess we should probably mention who's in and out for this game. You had talked before the show, David DeCastro is going to be out.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty important for their offensive line. Maybe that's playing a factor here. I'm not sure. It is Ben's first game back.
I'm going to say it's going to factor more into the running game than the passing game. It's a lot easier to let a defender come at you and create a pocket and push him away. It's a lot harder to get up the field and hit that linebacker, get to that second level. So David DeCastro, he's basically an all-pro guard, and now he's out, and that's just like a huge hole in the offense. I'm not sure who's starting, but it's not to the level of David DeCastro. So I'm just going to say maybe James Conner's going to suffer more than anybody, but, more hits on Big Ben, he might tear another elbow or something.
Oh, my God. If I have to
that
see
would really blow.
another year of Mason fucking Rudolph. They got rid of Duck Devlin Hodges.
Dude, you did my man duck like that? Like, what is this?
Duck. That's really why I'm upset, because I'd really prefer to just be able to do that all year if Ben gets hurt. But, it is what it is. It's all good. So who else is out tonight? I guess we can touch on that before we go any further.
I like Golden. Well, I don't like that this is happening, but Golden Tate is out. It was a hammy injury, so it was a closer game time decision. I'm a lot higher on Darius Slayton because Golden Tate's kind of like that 2-3 receiver, like wherever Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton aren't. But with him being out, that just makes Evan Ingram go higher. That makes Sterling Shepard go higher, and that makes Darius Slayton go higher. Hopefully, Dan Jones can get the ball on the receiver's hands, but I have a lot of hope for him. He came in looking pretty good. Danny Dumbbells, I'm pretty pumped about it. I'm glad to see that he took this crazy offseason very seriously. It looked like him and Saquon were with the same trainer with the quads and stuff. So
dumbbell buddies.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think that the Golden Tate being out, the other targets in the offense go up. So
yeah, absolutely. Kind of alluding to we'll wait on the props here. So we got Golden Tate out for the Giants. We got David DeCastro out for the Steelers. The total is at 44 flat, no half point there. I don't know. I guess I kind of like the under a little bit. I could see the Steelers, kind of spoiling the Giants' night as far as like their defense. I like the Steelers' defense a lot. Giants' defense, not so great. Not excited. Not a lot of pieces there that really rev my engine. I like Blake Martinez. He just
Blake Martinez, what a name! He played for the Packers, right?
Forever, and this is his first year with the Giants. I like him, but he's been pretty hurt, pretty banged up all off season. So I'm not really sure what we're gonna get out of him today. He's a starter. He's not on the injury list or on any reports or anything. So that looks good. Maybe he can shut down some of the run game.
There's no linebacker help in New York though. That's the bad thing. Like Blake Martinez is probably their best linebacker. I'm blanking on like Madden. Who are their linebackers? Marcus Golden, I think he's on the outside. I don't know how to pronounce this. Oshani Jimenez. I apologize if I mispronounced that. I did not work on that. But there's a lot more help on the back end of that defense. They have Leonard Williams in the front. So I'm not really hopeful for the defense of the Giants. It's just I don't know. It's weird for them because they have like Jabril Peppers, they have Logan Ryan, and they have those linemen, but there's a big hole in the middle for their second level.
Yeah, absolutely. So I talked about that up before. James Bradbury, Jabril Peppers, Julian Love. Corey Palentine is going to be the other corner starting. I don't think he'll get a ton of play. I don't know. I feel like they'll load up Bradbury, Peppers, and Love out there if they can.
Yeah.
Big holes, right? So you got to expect that Ben's going to try and challenge the ball downfield. Not sure who's going to be the big deep ball threat there. Maybe Juju, maybe some Deontay Johnson. But with Ben, first game back, is that what the Steelers' game plan is going to be? Are they going to be trying to take a lot of liberties with him? I guess I'll just play contrarian and I'll take the under here, just thinking that like the Steelers can win this one like a 21-10.
No, I can see that score.
21. Oh man, 21-13 is even.
Oof.
That's pretty much what Vegas is putting this game on is like a 21-10 type of game. So I'll play contrarian to that and I'll go to the under. But I do really like the Giants tonight. Let's see, going into.
No, it's 21-23 that they're seeing this game as. Not 13.
Oh, sorry.
21.
Oh, sorry. That would have been
34.
That would have been 34. So, yeah, that'd be okay, too. I'd be all right with that. Bad math today. Giants are dogs at home, +6. Steelers are favored -6, -252 on the money line. Giants are +212 on the money line. Any action you want to grab there for the spread? Think the Steelers can win this one by 6?
No.
I want to say they win it by 6. If that's the total, 44. If that's what they're predicting, I'll give the Steelers the nod. I'll give them the spread.
The game started.
Did it?
Yep, 7-11.
Oh, why hasn't this? Oh, that's why it was just literally paused. Cool. Now we can watch football.
Working out the tech kinks. We're getting there.
So in this game, I took Darius Slayton over 3.5 catches. He's got to hit 4. And I took Big Ben under 280 passing yards, pretty much based on this total here. Going into the second game, we're looking at the Denver Broncos hosting the Tennessee Titans. Cortland Sutton's still questionable. KJ Hamler, game time decision. Corey Davis is questionable. And Darrington Evans, the RB2 behind Derrick Henry, is out.
That's kind of disappointing because if Henry gets hurt, I'm not saying he will be. I mean, he's built like a Mack truck, but you never know. Like, it could happen. So, if he goes, they're going to be down on their third running back. Yeah,
absolutely. So in this game total, Nick, 41.5 points, instant reaction. Where are you going there?
Under.
Okay.
I don't see Tannehill lighting up the scoreboard, maybe getting a touchdown to A.J. Brown. Derrick Henry's going to pound the ball down, and then when Denver's got the ball, they're not going to be pounding the ball. They're going to be trying to throw the ball and trying to play catch-up. That's what
I hope so. Goodness, I hope so.
I hope Jerry Jeudy goes off.
Jerry. I do too, Nick. I got Jerry Jeudy versus Melvin Gordon tonight. Straight up, I got a 1-point lead. I need some Jerry time. I need exactly what you just said. I need the Titans to bury the ball in the ground with Henry, not feed Jonnu Smith whatsoever. I get 4 targets a game. Everyone thinks he's going to be a tight end 1 this year. I don't know where people are at or what they're smoking, whatever. Going up against Jonnu Smith in that one. So, yeah, absolutely hope that the Titans bury the ball. And, yeah, the Broncos are playing catch-up and hopefully feeding Jerry Jeudy with maybe Cortland Sutton not in the lineup. I don't wish that on you, Emron. I know you got Sutton in your lineup tonight. Hopefully you don't have to plug in Deshaun. First completion to Sterling Shepard.
There you go.
The Giants. They're moving the ball. So we've kicked off there. We've kicked off Monday Night Football here. Gone through some of our picks for tonight. Like I mentioned, I have under 280 passing yards for Ben in this game, and I've got Slayton over 3.5. We'll get into maybe some props for the second game here in like the next quarter or so. But we're going to start off reviewing some free agents, some guys that you need to be looking for on your free agency wire. Guys that are definitely going to be there in like 10 and 12 team leagues and 14 team leagues. Many of these names are probably owned or could have been picked up pre-week 1. First, let's lead off with Colts backfield. Got to be talked about, right? I was high on Marlon Mack coming into that game, guys. A little too high.
How unfortunate, man. That guy, I saw a tweet. Someone's like, man, I got to feel bad for him because they drafted a running back. He's in a contract year, and he loses it and he handles it very well the guy coming in. Mm-hmm. Very, very professional, but loses his entire contract year for Achilles injury. Just got to feel for the guy.
And who's going to trust him now? What football team is going to try to sign him next year? The fucking Bears? Like who's going to step
the
on
Jets?
That? Yeah, who's going to step on that landmine, I was really excited about Marlon Mack. He looked great on that first drive.
Yeah.
Him and Nyheim Hines, they went down the field. Alluding to the name here, Nyheim Hines, 8 catches, 8 targets, 45 reception yards, one receiving touchdown, 7 carries, 28 rushing yards, and a rushing touchdown. Looking good. However, Colts have named Jonathan Taylor the running back, RB1 going forward. You still comfortable grabbing Hines?
Yeah, because he's the scat back. That's what he is. So he's the scat back. This offense definitely feeds the scat back, and we saw how Nyheim Hines just came out of nowhere and just not really out of nowhere. He got lost in the shuffle with me for the news, not with Justin. But I'm kind of like, how would you predict that? Everybody's on Jonathan Taylor, everybody's on Marlon Mack. It's kind of like Team Edward, Team Jacob. It was either or, and Nyheim Hines just came out of nowhere Voldemort.
So Frank Reich came out and said months ago, you're gonna see weeks where Hines has 10 catches, and you're just like, shut up, Frank Reich, shut up. You know what you're talking about. You're gonna pass to your third running back when you have Jonathan Taylor and Marlon Mack healthy? No way, that's not gonna happen. And sure as shit, come week 1, he did exactly as he said he would do. He fed Nyheim Hines The dude has a role here, a legitimate role, and it's even highlighted even more now with Mac injured. Now, Lamar Miller is visiting the Colts. That's a thing. He's going there. If he gets signed, or Devontae Freeman or somebody like that, obviously, there's going to be another mouth to feed, right? There's going to be more touches to share around here. Sorry, Giants 3rd and 8 here on their first 3rd and 8. We'll do a little set hut. Dan Jones steps back, no pressure, delivers, going to come up just short with a delivery to some guy named Board.
The guy replacing Tate. One thing I'll say about Danny Jones, he is looking very accurate. They're trying to get him warmed up. I'm liking what I'm seeing from the offense. I did not like what I saw in the rush, though. They got Will Hernandez. They got Andrew Thomas. They got some big hog mollies up there, and they just let the Steelers defense just go all over them. So, whatever.
Saquon taking down in the backfield the past couple of plays there. Not great.
Disappointing.
Looks like they're going for it on 4th and 1, so we'll stay with it right here really quick. Coming into the snap. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, set. Ooh, I think they didn't get it off.
Wow.
I don't think they got it off.
They're probably trying to get someone to
Fair enough.
jump.
Fair enough. I like it.
And then if they didn't, then they're going to back
it up. All right, cool. So we're good there. So, yeah, definitely go out and grab Nyheim Hines. $100 budget, Nick. What are you willing to spend on this guy?
Man.
He's got a roll. It's carved out there. 2 touchdowns week 1. 15 touches.
He lit it up. I think I would go... Man, I'm not a huge spender. I would go $20.
All right, $20. I think you got to go higher.
I think I'll have to go higher, but that's where my cutoff is.
Sure. So maybe you being a little bit more conservative during week 1, not going out and blowing the whole load.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't do that because we just saw Marlon Mack just tore his Achilles. Like, it could happen to Nyheim Hines on the next play. You never know. So you don't want to. Oh man!
The Steelers muffed the punt.
What they put
and it looks like the Giants are going to be down at the Steelers 2. Oh my goodness!
How did that ball not get recovered? Like, it was just kept popping out of nowhere.
Here comes the Saquon Barkley show. Well done. Hey, special teams. It's a real thing. Oh, Deontay Johnson. Can I get a fumble for that? Can I get a fumble for that?
Pretty sure that's a fumble.
It's not. I wish they would, but I mean, in fantasy they would never count that. It's just a muff. He just tipped it. If he caught it and then dropped it, that'd be a fumble.
That's true.
All right, so I think you're gonna have to spend a lot to get Hines. If you really need a running back, let's say you were let's say you did a 0 RB strategy,
like me,
and you were really committed to Mac and Divina Zigbo.
Oh man,
like me, except for they were my bench running backs. I have Kenyon Drake and Zeke ahead of them, but I'll have to go grab somebody. But Hines is already owned in that league, so it won't be him. Definitely a guy I think you have to spend probably $35 on, if not more.
Yeah, I could definitely see someone just.
But I guarantee
way
you,
too excited.
There's going to be someone in your league that blows the whole effing nut, that blows the whole 100, whatever their budget is. I guarantee you're going to see that pop up on Twitter Wednesday, Thursday mornings whenever your waivers are clearing.
Mm-hmm.
Next names up, we've got 2 receivers for the Packers, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, MVS, and Alan Lazard. Nick, who are you feeling based on their production? Both had 4 catches. Alan Lazard had a couple less targets, but they both had touchdowns. Gun to your head, you got to pick one or the other. You need a receiver off of waivers. Who are you taking?
At this point, it's just a flip of the coin for me, so I'm just going to say MVS because I like saying his name. He also seems to be a little bit more of a deeper threat, got a couple more targets. Aaron Rodgers is still running the show in Green Bay, guys. Don't listen to the hype about the 4 running back. They passed the ball more than they ran the ball. And, it was a high-scoring game, but if you're going to say you're going to run 4 running backs, you better be trying to win with 4 running backs, not just depending on your $100 million quarterback and just disrespecting him by drafting Jordan Love. It's just kind of disappointing. He just came out and gunned it.
Not everybody's Frank Reich. They'll come out and do exactly what they're going to say. In the red zone.
Oh, man, Danny Jones, bro.
Danny Jones just missed the last 2. So T.J. Watt hurried him on the last play. Man, are they going to kick a field goal right here? I say go for it. I say go for it.
I would have to go for it.
You just got a free play.
Yeah, you got a free play
in the opposing red zone. Why not? Just go for it. Screw it. You were getting ready to punt. You did punt. Go for it. We got to see this. I don't like the movement there with his legs. That little extra shuffle there. I don't like that.
Oh, they're kicking.
I don't like this either. And that was Evan Ingram that he was targeting. Would have been a touchdown for me. I'm losing by like 100 in that league. Or whatever, 80 now. Zeke answered the call. All right, so who you like MVS more over Lazard?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, a little bit more volume there, right? A couple of extra targets, the 96 yards. MVS was able to, make that big splash downfield. So I like him going forward a little bit more as well. But I'm not spending a lot of money on either of these guys. I do think that in many leagues, Lazard was owned. So I think that MVS is probably the option here. But I just want to keep them both on the table because I do think in a lot of leagues, Lazard is still probably available. But MVS would be my preference as well. Like that big playability. And I've just been on him in years past. When it was like Geronimo Allison versus MVS, I was always, MVS, going that direction. So wasn't as always high on Allison. Lazard has some chemistry with Rodgers. I think he lived with him last year. Not sure if that's still the same situation this year, same still living situation, but they have chemistry, they have connection.
They make breakfast together.
Stuff, eat cereal together.
Best friend stuff.
Who we got up next, Nick?
We got Russell Gage. So this guy got 12 targets. Actually, interesting fact. All three top receivers for the Falcons, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, and Russell Gage, all got 12 targets, and they had 9 receptions, and they all went over 100 yards. So, interesting. They might be the team that actually has three 1,000-yard receivers. Anyway, Russell Gage also got 114 yards. He looks like the slot receiver in that offense.
Looks good.
Everybody got 12. Well, the top three receivers got 12 targets, so everybody had a chance to do something. Mm-hmm. He made the most of his opportunity. I would hold off a little bit there because they were playing from behind the entire time.
They were chasing points.
So if they're winning a game or they're ahead, I don't see Russell Gage getting this much. So definitely don't blow your entire budget on Russell Gage. But I would probably wait one more week just to see how he actually does and maybe a closer game or maybe a winning situation.
You won't be able to do it, buddy, because he'll be gone. I'm gonna grab him. You're going to have to spend a lot on this guy. And the reason I'm going to say so is because Hayden Hurst wasn't a thing. Yeah. Hayden Hurst could have done a lot more. Only 5 targets, 3 catches. What was it? 38 reception yards. Yeah, for a tight end, yeah, okay, sure. But not great for fantasy, right? So what I saw was Gage really just more filling in for that Hooper role. Hooper had a ton of volume last year, and it doesn't seem like they're that comfortable, giving that type of volume to Hurst just yet. In that matchup, yeah, you were still looking at, tight ends, linebackers like, Bobby Wagner, KJ Wright, some other names there. Some guys that could lock him down. Adams, Jamal Adams coming down for some coverage. But we did see him get beat a few times, right? We saw him get picked off a few times.
It will happen.
It's going to happen, exactly. But I just feel like Gage is going to kind of come in and just supplement that Hooper role, that volume that Hooper had, and that Hurst is more not Hurst and Gurley, but Hurst is going to be kind of playing second fiddle to Gurley, the run game, and the heavy passing game. 12 targets is nothing to kick around. And they all had the same.
It was very balanced. They probably had a lot of plays drawn up for each player, and they were just like, all right, you're gonna go this one, this one, this one. Matt Ryan did a great job spreading out the ball. It's disappointing how balanced they were and how horrible their team looked. So we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I didn't get that. They just could not consistently put points on the board. Always chasing. The defense wasn't there. It wasn't a great situation. But for the receivers, it was awesome.
It was awesome.
I had some Julio. I had some
Calvin Ridley. I was getting excited about that.
There you go. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about. So go out and spend some money on Russell Gage. I'm saying to dip into the 30s or the 40s. I feel like you're going to
for Russell Gage. What about Nyheim Hines? Would you?
Well, so
what's your top dollar for Nyheim Hines and what's your top dollar for Russell Gage?
Bro, if you drafted Marlon Mack and you don't have running backs, you can spend the full 100 on Hines. I'm not saying you can get both of them. There's no way that you could spend both that volume of money and get both guys, right? Yeah. And I'm not saying you need to go get Hines, you need to get Gage and all these other names all on the same team. No. If you are hurting at receiver after week 1, right? If you ran into a wall, if you own Mike Evans, if you own Mike Thomas on the same team, right?
Oh,
and you don't know what's going to happen week 2, right? Maybe you overloaded on receivers instead of running backs, and you were in that exact situation with Thomas, with Evans on the same roster, and you're just killing for some wide receiver talent. That's the name that you need to go to get to supplement wide receiver 1 talent at least for a few weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would spend more on Gage than I would on Hines, just because of, I mentioned Lamar Miller coming in. You do have Taylor there that is the RB1, but Hines has a secured role, and I think that the Falcons showed the same thing with Gage this week. 12 targets, can't kick it around.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that was.
Man, preseason football is really here right now.
It really is. The under is live for this first couple of drives. The 3 points wasn't helping, though.
Jeez.
Should be goose eggs. Yeah, Ben didn't look good on that last third down there. Should have checked in on that one. Tried to dunk it to Connor. I don't know what. Off Connor's hands.
Big Ben's not as spry as he used to be.
Into the air.
See, this is what I was talking about with David DeCastro being out, man. It looks like they're like scrambling.
Oh, Ben was on that one for sure. So, yeah, I think you're going to have to spend a good amount on Russell Gage if you want to get him. I don't think this is a guy you can spend $20 on and land. I feel like there's going to be an owner out there that's going to spring for him, so you're going to have to get competitive. You guys know your leagues better than we do, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to know more what to spend. I'm giving you the high-low values here. Gage, Hines, those aren't names you can get for low values. You can't win those guys with a $10 holler. Like, it's just not going to happen. MVS, Allen Lazard, maybe people don't buy into it. They're still believing in the run game is going to be the focus for the Packers. I'm not sure. I wouldn't spend that type of money on those guys.
Yeah.
Or the next names that we're going to be really listing. Those two, for me, the biggest names from Sunday. Obviously, we still got Monday night here, where there could be a couple more names that pop off for us that need to be, joining this mix.
There's only one name on this list that I would blow my entire budget on, and I will get to him. But these names, I gotta put a cap on it, man. It's gotta be safe.
And it's week 1. You don't want to. I mean, realistically, we are not telling you to go blow all of your money on week 1.
We're just saying it will happen. It can happen.
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. All right, who we got up next, Nick?
So the guy who got all the Chase Young hyped up, Logan Thomas, redeemed himself with 4 receptions on 8 targets, 37 yards, and a touchdown. I kind of knew that a tight end in Washington would kind of pan out. Ron Rivera had a lot of history with like Greg Olsen. Even Ed Dixon got some crazy talk when Greg Olsen was hurt. So they were bringing that already over to a team that already had some pretty good tight ends like Jordan Reed. Logan Thomas is just filling in for that role. He's a former quarterback from Virginia Tech. I'm just not hopeful for these guys in Washington, man. I think my overreaction, to be completely honest, for Sunday is, man, that game spoke more about the level of where Carson Wentz is and where the Eagles are than how good the Washington football team is. That's my overreaction. I think the Eagles are trash, to be honest, if they lose to this team, because there's really nothing going on. But Logan Thomas, he seems to be a target in the red zone, and he is like 6'4", 6'5", I think. So he is a big target.
Could say the same thing for the Colts losing to the Jags. They traded literally their entire franchise.
But Jacksonville has Minshew, man. Like, that guy is...
Jacksonville didn't get 8 sacks.
He's magic. And you're right, 8 sacks, but like I'm saying, their offensive line...
Where did that come from?
Their offensive line, there is an injury on that line. I forgot who it was, but they needed to move Jason Peters to left tackle, and he was actually getting paid as a right guard. And I just... Their line was already in shambles. It wasn't the same Philadelphia team that we saw go to the Super Bowl in any kind of way. I don't think Carson Wentz is an elite quarterback. I think he just had one good year, and then Nick Foles finished the job.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I mean, kind of getting back to Logan Thomas.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. Logan Thomas, he led the Washington football team, the Washington football catchers, in targets. He was the highest targeted receiver on the field. I don't know what to tell you. If you're hurting for tight end, if you drafted one and his name was David Njoku, highly unlikely. But if you're hurting at tight end for some reason, or you don't like the pieces that you drafted, maybe you started Hayden Hurst. Maybe he was your first drafted tight end, and you have no depth. That's a name you need to go out and get.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 targets, again, nothing to kick around on week 1 with a guy like Dwayne Haskins, who is completely unreliable. If he's showing any favoritism to one of these guys, you should go out and get him. $5 holler on Logan Thomas. I don't think many people are going to be rushing to him. But I'll throw a couple of shingles at him. I'll throw a couple of bucks.
Shekels,
shingles, whatever. I'll throw whatever I can at him to get him on my roster. I'll add him for free. I'll add him for free.
Yeah, it's absolutely possible to be added for free.
I have a couple leagues where I have one tight end, and tight ends, like, you can be missing one just like that,
Yeah.
High ankle sprains happen everywhere. No one's invincible. Sorry, Mike Thomas. So, yeah, I don't love the volume, but it's the same thing with, like, Peyton Barber, right? Peyton Barber, 29 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns, nothing to kick around.
Yeah.
If you're absolutely
Chris Carson had the same amount. Zeke Elliott had the same amount. Like,
not the same yardage, but that's what we're talking. Another fourth down here coming up for the Giants. They're going to be kicking again.
The Giants' rush offense looks horrible. Like, Bud Dupree just came off on the outside and took Saquon Barkley in the backfield. Saquon's not getting any help, man. And they were talking this lineup really high.
They needed to get him involved in the passing game. Over-under for this game has moved down to 41.5 live number movement. And they're actually, they're both at minus 110. Both are favored. I don't know why. Silly betting website. All right, next name up. Finally got to him. Scotty Miller. 5 for 6, 5 catches, 6 targets, 73 yards, no touchdown. Not terrible. Tom was looking his way quite a bit. Actually, the only miss on those targets was the interception to Janoris Jenkins.
Yeah.
Who read that thing like a fairy tale, as I mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was looking his way. If Mike Evans is going to be out, if that's the news that's trending, if he's going to be another game time decision, I mean, it doesn't seem like he re-aggravated the hamstring. I mean, yeah, he did catch a pass in the corner of the end zone, but he was one catch for 4 targets and a touchdown?
Yeah, that's
Marlon Mack scored me more points, guys. That's why Mack was in my lineup. Like I went a little not wide receiver heavy. I started that draft Zeke, Drake, followed up with, some quarterbacks because it's super flex. Mike Evans, Keenan Allen, and DJ Shark. Thought I was looking great. I wasn't. Not good at all.
That blew up in your face real quick.
Real bad. And that's why you got to balance stuff out.
Yeah.
A lot of, or most leagues I'm doing running back receiver, right? That's what happens. You got to balance stuff out. When you start to overload or throttle one position, it gets riskier. Back to Scotty Miller. I like him. Make a dollar holler type of guy. $8-10. I don't hate it. But I think that you need some more upside, right? I think that you need, some more news about, obviously Gronk struggled. Tom didn't look great. Evans didn't look good. I mean, obviously, Godwin was the only guy there that could just produce.
Yeah.
That I just felt comfortable. Yep, that's going to be a great option in week 2. Godwin.
That was actually like one of my takes. I think I said on air was Chris Godwin will do better with Tom Brady than Mike Evans. Mike Evans does have an injury, but
because he's the slot guy. It's just
Chris Godwin is just more Tom Brady speed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been working with Julian Edelman.
Yeah,
that's his guy, right? So yeah, Godwin come out of the slot. Scotty Miller kind of being used the same way. I really think that he could have some value going forward here. If Tom likes you, you're going to stay on the field. You know what I mean? And right now, Tom's not looking too great. I think we could see some more Scotty Miller security blanket usage in this offense.
Yeah.
I think it can happen. I think it can.
Yeah, I mean...
What are you willing to spend on him? What are you willing to spend on Scotty Miller?
Like $10.
Yeah, I think that's the top. I don't think anyone's going to go nuts
because Mike Evans could be coming back, and Mike Evans, had an off game, and Scotty Miller filled in basically. So
he did.
I can't,
But imagine if Evans wasn't even on the field. Imagine if Evans re-aggravates this injury midweek.
Hey, that's why we gamble. For me, that's a little too risky for me. It's just I'd rather find value elsewhere or maybe later in the season.
Yeah, I mean absolutely. All right, there's gonna be injuries all year. There's gonna be something popping off. Are you in any situations where you have a guy or a position that you really need to add?
Well, I mean running back, to be completely honest, just because I did an accidental 0 RB strategy. But yeah, I was at like round 7, round 8. I was like, oh crap, I need a running back, but whatever. I'm still gonna win that week. So, Jordan Howard did get hurt, but then like 2 seconds later scored a touchdown. So, I mean, I'm just kind of riding right now. The one guy that I'm actually really excited about, Adrian Peterson. That's my man's.
He had over 100 yards total.
I was so happy to see him run his way to 93 yards. Like, he got 14 carries. He's not going to get 20, 25 yards, or 25 carries. I don't think any running back is really going to get that unless their name's Derrick Henry or Zeke Elliott. And Zeke Elliott, I don't even think got that last night.
No.
So Adrian Peterson, he's coming into a crazy running back situation, but he's just doing exactly what AP does, is run the ball and play some football. He's going to show DeAndre Swift how to make that game-winning catch. They're going to work on that all week. And I think he's going to be a great stopgap for the rest of the year. He's just very durable to me. I mean, he had that one season, but he hasn't been getting injured, consistently, and just goes to whatever team is willing to hand him off the ball. And you know what? I respect that. So good job, AP, in week 1 on a team that you weren't even on the week before.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved AP last week for the Lions. Boom roasted the Bears like all day, and he literally he was hardly on the field. Was it 33%, 31% of the running back share? Swift led the group with 44, and Kerryon Johnson with 26%.
Kerryon Johnson's out.
Yeah, Kerryon Johnson is on the outside looking in here, and maybe they split this up differently in the weeks to come, but I doubt it. I just don't think so.
If AP's there, he's going to get his touches.
I think AP is going to be the guy, and I think that Kerryon and Swift can learn a lot from him. I mean,
who couldn't? He just loves playing football. He is a football player. This is kind of digressing, but his debt is actually higher than his salary in the NFL. He actually is going through stuff in the courts and stuff, because I know this because he played in Washington. I was following Washington, so he is just playing football just to play football right now,
or pay for debt.
But I mean, his debt's 3 times higher than what he's getting paid for the year. So, So for me, I would love no one else better in my room than AP. Just give him 15 carries a game. He'd be good, and use your running back elsewhere. He's going to be – you can use him for those tough downs, and keep DeAndre Swift, keep Kerryon Johnson healthy, and use AP, because AP wants to be used, and he will take that ball and run it as hard as he can. Chase Claypool getting some looks. Oh, he got the second foot in. There we go. I thought he was going to have the college catch.
But did you draft Chase Claypool? Because I did. He's on my bench. Don't worry.
I heard Chase Claypool. They were talking about him for Steelers camp. Man, you don't hear nothing come out of Steelers camp. They don't talk up nobody. Mm-hmm. And they were talking up Chase Claypool. I think they used Randy Moss as a comparison. I mean, it's a little high right now, but man, he's incredible. I love the receivers that come out of Pittsburgh. It is a great program, and those guys come in completely unheralded and leave absolute stars. As long as they can stay out of trouble, unlike Martavius Bryant or AB. But everyone else, there's a lot of respect though around the league, and I love watching them.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we're going to be in scoring position here. Steelers looking for the yard line. They're at 3rd and 1 here, but I'm pretty sure they're in scoring position on the positive side of the field.
Yeah,
they're at the 30-yard line. So we'll follow this drive here. Nice little pass out to Connor. Very quick pass. Very quick release there for Ben.
Good hold.
Yeah, that was a contested play. Thought Connor was going to drop that one, honestly.
Yeah, because
they lined him up in the slot. No one in the backfield there. Just a quick, drew it up.
They had him on a linebacker. Was that Blake Martinez? Oh no, that's Kyler Fackrell.
Fackrell.
He played. I think he played in Green Bay as well.
Or Ballantine?
No, I was talking about the linebacker that was covering him.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, so let's see here. Set Hut. Another handoff to Connor. Going nowhere.
Terrible. Look at that. Leonard Williams right there.
That's your guy. That's your guy. Came in the league with braces.
On the mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got drafted by the Jets, right?
Oh, no. You're thinking of Quinnen Williams. Leonard Williams was drafted, I think, the year before him. Or 2 years.
All you Williams get me confused. How about an Eric Ebron touchdown?
That would be glorious.
How about an Eric Ebron touchdown?
Glorious. I've been hyping that guy up forever.
You have. Let's see what we got here. Set Hut. Ben. Ooh, under pressure.
Good
little
screen.
dink and dunk to Connor.
David DeCastro would never let that tackle be made. I think it was Pouncey outside with him though.
Yeah, they still got some hitters. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just getting the stat tracker pulled up so I can follow the line of scrimmage. All right, next guy up, we got Eckler's backup and Josh Kelly. 12 carries, 60 rushing yards, and a touchdown. Ugh.
Someone's got to run the ball in Los Angeles.
I mean, they both did. They both did well. I mean, what is that? That's 20, 32, 31 carries, for 80, 84 plus 60 yards, whatever. Like, it just really disappointed me that Kelly got the touchdown, I guess. I don't know. They just came in and used him in the red zone. It's just a little bit disappointing as Ben Roethlisberger overthrows his running back, and it looks like they're going to kick a field goal on 4th and 9 to tie up this game here. Yeah, I wasn't loving the Josh Kelly action. I'm more of a Justin Jackson type of guy. I wasn't that high on Kelly. They started talking him up a ton in the past, 3 weeks or so, and I was just like, I think I'm just going to stay away. Not great. Obviously, no one was going to be starting Josh Kelly in their lineups, but I think this is a name that you need to go out there and get, especially if you're an Eckler owner. You have to go out and get this guy if you're an Eckler owner and he's on free agency, because you have to ensure a first or second round pick in Eckler. Yeah. Right? And if you saw that usage, 19 carries, 84 yards, no catches, that's not the same type of volume from last year, guys. Like, he was used a ton in the passing game. That one catch, I don't think he even had a week like that when he was going up against Melvin Gordon, in the same locker room.
Nope.
No, just not being used that way. So it's scary. It concerns me because Anthony Lynn's going to do what's best for the football team and not your fantasy team. Very Bill Belichick-esque the way that he's going to be operating this year. So for me, it's just insurance, and you don't want to miss out on him. I think you got to spend at least $10. What do you think? Especially if you're an Eckler. I'm saying this if you're an Eckler owner.
If you're an Eckler fan, you got to spend more than that, to be honest.
I just don't know, a non-Eckler owner, what they're willing to spend on this guy.
Maybe $15.
I think that's safe space. I don't think that's
15, 20.
Yeah,
20's high.
20's high for a guy like Kelly.
It's a fifth of your budget.
It is. At the back end of the year, you don't need that money. You can make the plays without it.
Yeah, I remember when I first understood how to do that budget, and when I was doing it, I was like, I don't want to spend any money. Then eventually at week 6, I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm spending it all on one person to make sure I get this person. So
fuck it.
I just put it all down on one person. I was like, all right, I gotta definitely come at this next year a little bit better. So.
I'm watching this matchup here. That one's not going to get any movement until tonight. I'm up by 1 point, literally 1.02. With Jerry Jeudy versus Melvin Gordon. I'm scared. I've been banging the Melvin Gordon drum, so I'm worried.
Well, let me tell you my matchup that I'm looking for. I think it's all tonight.
Deontay Johnson did get a fumble.
I told you.
You're so right. That's so amazing.
It's not like I don't do this.
I don't get that. He didn't have possession of the ball, though.
It doesn't matter. It's a fumble. It's a change of possession.
Fair enough. I'll take it. I love it.
So my matchup that I'm really worried about is so right now I'm down by 1.6. Okay. So I got Darius Slayton on playing. I got Philip Lindsay and Jerry Jeudy. I'm excited about that.
Can I play the Celine Dion song?
And I am going up against Derrick Henry, Melvin Gordon, and Ben Roethlisberger. So Ben's struggling right now. Is actually really good for me, man. I'm getting pumped about it. So we'll see how that pans out. I did win the other league that I'm in, so nice. That was great. That was the one that I filled in for. So
you already got that locked up?
Yep.
The guys locked up. All right, nice. That's what's up.
Yeah, my defensive players did really well. Unfortunately, Leighton Vander Esch broke his clavicle, which is real bad.
Broken clavicles. You're not coming back quick, guys.
Yeah, I was hoping to see him there, but I also had number 99, Aaron Donald. So he got me some points. I was really excited about that. I'm excited to watch him all year, to be honest. Because I've known about him since he came up from Pittsburgh. He was a man. I think he got the best defensive player, the Butkus Award. It usually goes to linebackers, and he got it as a defensive tackle at Pittsburgh. Damn. So when he came in, I was like, man, I gotta watch this guy. So I've been following him, but not as close as I will this year. Man, I'm pumped. He's a great player to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff. Really excited. We got Dan Jones here, set hut, first down, completion. Evan Ingram?
Slayton,
nice. Good for the props. I think that's his first catch, though.
All right, Twitter poll.
Yep.
What do you call a carbonated drink? Soda, pop, Coke, or other?
I call it all of them. I don't know. I don't call it Coke.
I don't call it pop.
I've called it pop before. I've called it pop in my life. I don't know if I call it pop now.
I call it soda.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm calling it soda these days. I think that's what were the other options? Soda,
pop, Coke, other.
Yeah, it's soda right now. Can I get you a soda? Yeah,
you know what the other would be probably for me would be barbecue water because I drink Dr Pepper.
Barbecue water. Okay, all right. Fair enough. All right, breaking into some recent Take It to the Hizzy news.
Ooh.
Take It to the Hizzy. Fantasy football from this day forward is partnering with Thrive Fantasy. They're a brand new sports app, pretty similar to daily fantasy sports, but it's with props. So Thrive Fantasy is a daily fantasy sports app for player props. They have eliminated the need to do countless hours of research because they only ask you about the top tier athletes in their respective sports. Each prop has a fantasy point total associated with the over or under based on its likelihood to occur. The more points a selection is worth, the riskier it is.
So to sign up, you use promo code TOTHEHIZZY when you sign up today, and you'll receive a $20 instant bonus on your first deposit of $20 or more. And then you can also download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store or the Google Play Store, or by visiting their website, www.thrivefantasy.com.
Yep.
Sign up and hashtag prop up today.
We are sharing the links with you guys now. Be sure, when you enter your promo code, to the Hizzy.
To the Hizzy.
To the Hizzy. TOTHEHIZZY. To the Hizzy is the promo code. When you sign up, because I'm sure that none of you guys are new users. This is a pretty new app here.
Pretty new.
When you sign up, it's going to ask you for that information, promo code and all that. If for some reason you're a dingus and you can't get it in there, you can't get the promo code in, you can make up for it. They'll send you an email and you can send it to them then. When you do put in the promo code, you will double the Thrive Fantasy bonus. So normally they give you a $10 bonus for being a new member and signing up. When you enter our code, you will double that to $20. Okay?
Ooh, what a nice deal.
So go sign up today. Thrive Fantasy app. Available in the Google Play Store and Google or whatever, Apple Store.
Yep.
I think I shared that to Facebook. Can you share that to YouTube?
Yeah.
The link?
Yeah.
We'll do To the Hizzy in here. Add a commercial break here. Any matchups that you were really pumped about this past Sunday after the fact that you just you saw the game and you're just like, woo, that was amazing?
I think the Jaguars game was probably the most jaw-dropping one to me. That and Washington winning, that makes me so mad. But
I thought we were going with the Eagles lost and not the Washington team won.
Yeah, I am. I'm just saying, Washington did win. They did get the W in the win column. So
that's what the box score says, anyway.
That's what the box score says. But yeah, I'm really pumped about Minshew. I mean, he did the damn thing. He did not throw an interception.
19 for 20. How could he?
Yeah. I'm very high on him. I think he's liking the spotlight. I think he likes that he's kind of the only guy there, and he's just willing him with the stash and the headband. That's all I'm going to say about that for sure.
Yeah, I'm all over Minshew mania. I'm a Minshew maniac.
Minshew maniac?
Yeah, I'm all about him. I'm all about the Jags, and really just all about their garbage time. Their defense sucks. I really don't care if they win games. If they win that division, honestly, I could care less. That'd be cool as shit. I don't love it because they just traded away all their weapons and all the upside in the world. A lot of guys that they had. Caden Smith with the reception there for the Giants, first down. But yeah, I mean, I love it because it just reeks of all offensive weapons, right? James Robinson, I think he was the only running back in the league this week to have 100% of the carries.
Wow,
only
what
16
a stat.
carries, but
still, what a stat! What a stat! I'm actually really high on the offensive weapon of Laviska Shenault. Mm-hmm. He did get a touchdown. He had a lot of variety on how he got the ball. Look at that run
Barkley
offense,
again,
man, just
stuffed
terrible.
in the backfield.
Yeah, so Laviska Shenault, he might be free, man, because people are not really high on him. I've only seen a couple people on Twitter be high on him. Him having a touchdown this week just shows that he is going to be in the play calling. And he did the same thing in Colorado, so that definitely look out for him as well.
D.D. Westbrook, a healthy scratch in that game. So obviously, Shenault, they're a believer. But that's kind of appalling. D.D. Westbrook, that means he's behind Conley, he's behind Keelan Cole. Man, can the Bears get some D.D. Westbrook action? Can we get that dude? What's up?
D.D. Westbrook, I think, was the Biletnikoff winner in college for top receiver. Man,
fall from grace.
Yeah, fall from grace.
Kid. Don't get hurt.
Don't go to Jacksonville. Like that's all I'm gonna say is like don't go to Jacksonville because Gardner Minshew he went from I forgot where he was, but the way he went to Washington State was Mike Leach called him and said, "Hey, do you want to lead the nation in passing yards?" And Minshew was like, "All right."
Yeah, I could do that.
I could do that.
Let me not break this hand with a hammer right now, and I'll give you a call right back.
Can I bring my stash? But yeah, it's just Minshew's just kind of defying all odds there. Ride that wave; it's gonna be real exciting. But everywhere else, man, it's just like, dude, like it sucks to go to Jacksonville because you just kind of are looked differently after you leave that team.
I guess I think you get looked at like someone leaving a
bad situation.
Yeah, just a bad situation. People feel bad for you.
I'll throw you $1 million.
There's a lot of sympathy. There's a lot of sympathy going around. So see your Dan Jones, incomplete pass on the last one. Was trying to find some props here that I liked for this next game tonight. Looking at some over-unders here. Drew Lock and Tannehill pretty close together here. Lock at 226 for a game total for passing yards. Tannehill at 222. Slayton in the end zone. Nice.
Slayton.
Nick gets the touchdown. I think I get my second catch. I'm good with that.
I did write an article where I chose Darius Slayton over Sterling Shepard. They both look really good right now, but Darius Slayton got the touchdown, so that's all that matters to me.
Yeah, that was a damn good looking play. Danny Dimes, a lot of protection, a good amount of time, catches a safety.
Minka went up. Was it Minka that went up? Yeah, it was Minka that
he caught the safety cheating. He bit, and then Slayton over the top.
He's just so fast.
He's looking good. He's looking good. I like it. Can we see how many catches this brother has? Because I want to know.
That was his first.
What? No, it'd be
Second.
Yeah, that'd be at least his second.
Sorry about that.
Killing me. So 226 for Drew Lock, 222 for Tannehill. Can either of these guys hit the over?
I think Drew Lock can.
Okay. I mean, you just like the weapons there?
Yeah,
more?
I like the weapons. I like how they're really buying into Drew Lock. Elway thinks that Drew Lock is Elway 2.0, so
okay.
I'm real excited for the passing attack. I'm not really high on the running backs, but they're on my fantasy team, so I'm stuck with them. So we'll see how that goes, guys.
I think that if Sutton is out, I think it's going to be a lot of passing work to Gordon. So that would lend me to believe that he could hit this prop. But I would stay away from both of those. I don't really like the number for either of them. I think that in a given situation, Tannehill could hit for 240, 250, using a lot of A.J. Brown. Using some Humphreys. Corey Davis doesn't look good there.
Corey Davis is out, I think.
Is he out?
Oh, no, he's questionable. Sorry.
Questionable, not looking good to play. But, I want to stay away from both those guys. Not a ton of volume there. I mean, the numbers seem pretty low. I feel like they could do it, but the Broncos don't necessarily need to lean on Locke. They have this running game with Lindsey and Gordon. Obviously, Titans with Derrick Henry. I think that both teams could go that direction, and these quarterbacks could potentially get locked out from just not necessarily passing touchdown or fantasy value, but just from passing volume, which obviously equates to yards, right?
Yeah.
So let's go over to the passing touchdowns. Which one of these quarterbacks can hit two? Both of their numbers are at 1.5.
Oh, Locke.
Locke is at plus 100 for the over, and Tannehill is at minus 114. So the book is feeling Tannehill. You're feeling Locke. I kind of feel Locke too.
Tannehill's like Alex Smith. He's an ultimate game manager. He's not going to make mistakes. So you allow your team to use the weapons that they have. Their focus is Derrick Henry.
Yeah, right? but Alex Smith is always Mr. it's week 1. How about I throw 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, I don't see Tannehill in that same strand though. I see them just as the same cut of game manager.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so let's go over to some of the rushing totals here. Rushing yards, Derrick Henry over 95.5. Can the man hit 96? The over and under are both paying minus 114. Same.
Who are we talking about?
Derrick Henry.
Henry, 99.5?
Needs to hit 96 yards to his game prop.
Ooh, man. They're playing against Denver. Yep, I'm going to say over because Von Miller's gone.
Okay, all right, that's a good take. I like that. A little bit more availability, a little bit more space there early or up front up against that defensive line. Melvin Gordon, 43.5. Can he hit it? Has to hit 44.
Rushing?
Yep. Philip Lindsay, on the contrary, is at 38.5. There is no prop for a backup.
The Tennessee defense. There's no playmakers on that defense that I'm like, man, like you really got
of.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say yes.
Okay, so Gordon's gonna hit over 43.5, hitting 44.
Actually,
plus.
no, under because he's against me, so under.
Oh, hey, he's against me too. Thanks for taking that back. I appreciate it.
Positive vibes,
Man,
guys.
Ingram getting blanketed there by Joe Hayden. Philip Lindsay, 38.5 over under. What do you got?
I need over.
You need the over. He's on my bench. Don't hate it. Don't love it. I think he can hit that. Honestly, I think both guys could hit their rushing totals if they're just feeding them the ball, right? You know, we saw Eckler and Josh Kelly go for over these totals. Shouldn't be that hard for guys like Melvin Gordon, Philip Lindsay, if they're getting respectable rack. We saw Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt do the same thing, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like the overs are good for these guys.
What is
Why
that?
Can
What
James
is that?
Conner not catch a pass?
That is disgusting.
Is that like his third drop behind the line of scrimmage?
Cut him. I'm done with him. You got to be able to catch the swing passes, man.
The cancer excuse is over, man. Sorry.
You've been in the league 3 years.
Nick is cutting you. He doesn't care if you have cancer anymore or had it or you beat it.
You know what? It's the NFL. Sorry, man. Sorry. You
right.
got to be able to catch this.
Rushing quarterback props.
Ooh.
Drew Lock over 15.5 or Ryan Tannehill over 14.4. You can only pick one. Who's going to get it?
Tannehill.
Okay.
Tannehill was a receiver in college.
Okay, there you go. You got it.
He has way more mobility than people give him credit for.
I wouldn't touch either of those to save my life. I would not touch those props because neither could even
Blake
have a rushing.
Martinez.
Blake Martinez getting tackles. IDP product. All right, going over to receptions for this 10-20 start tonight. Looking at A.J. Brown, over 4.5 catches. Can he hit 5? The book is saying the over is plus money. This is the only plus money that they're laying here on these totals.
How much plus money?
Just plus 100. So the under is minus 130 for 4 catches or below. 5 catches or more, plus 100.
I'm going to go over.
Yeah, right? If Corey Davis isn't there, if he's beat up still, oh my God, Ben is not.
Dude, he is
looking
not
good.
accurate at all.
He's not looking good.
Save my team.
I've got under 280 passing yards for Ben Roethlisberger, and that's looking damn good so far. That's looking damn good. By the way, guys, we're going to be closing this one down at halftime. So right now we got about 12:56 left in the half here. So that's when we'll be shutting down the episode. Not dipping into the 10-20 hours. I got like 4 hours of sleep last night.
I barely slept.
I was elated. I was just fucking excited. No, don't know what to tell you.
Well, we should just play Madden at night when we're just like insomniacs. Just like, all right, I'll just play some Madden.
No, then I'll never sleep. I'll never sleep.
Run it back, Nick.
I can play Madden until my eyes.
Look at your bro. I told you, man, he's athletic, man. They're using him correctly in New York. In Cleveland, he was not being used correctly. I have full faith in Jabril Peppers. He is very athletic, and he's kind of like a Tavon Austin where they had a lot of trouble figuring out where exactly he's going to go. Just use him. Put him on the field. Put the ball in his hands. Have him blanket the top receiver. You'll be good.
Blanket the top receiver and return kicks.
So that's all you can ask for. It's good enough.
What are you going to do? Adam Humphries, 3 catches, over under. 3 catches,
Under.
pretty low. Ooh, Adam Humphries, no love. Corey Davis, same number. They can't both be under, right?
Yeah. Over.
Okay, over for Corey. I'm gonna go.
If he plays.
I'm gonna go contrarian there. Fuck Corey Davis. Adam Humphries. Corey Davis just burned me too many years. I'm done. Some guys you just check out of.
One thing that I've been seeing on Twitter a lot is a lot of people talking about the Jets. They're talking about how Sam Darnold is actually a good quarterback, but Adam Gase is the worst coach, which I fully agree with that. Also, yes, TJ Watt got an interception. Yes, that's my IDP.
And they're in scoring position.
All right, now I need Big Ben to throw an interception.
So earlier, Watt almost had a fumble, and they could have technically ruled it a fumble earlier, and they didn't. Like
look at these Watt boys intercepting the ball at the line of scrimmage. That is athleticism, man.
I hate the throw, but that's a great play by Watt. Like that's a bad throw.
Does
that not look like it's about to go behind Ingram? Yeah. Right, like Ingram his progression is taking him way farther to the right, and it almost looked like Jones was just like he's blanketed. I'm gonna throw this one away, and Watt just swooped in there and hit a homer on 3-0 pitch.
Wow, that was crazy.
Dan Jones his face looks bigger. Like, what the hell?
Steroids.
Taking estrogen? The fuck?
Oh, look at this. Who's that? Jalen Samuels?
Benny Snell.
Yep.
Yeah, Benny Snell.
But back to what we were talking about, like
The Jets, yeah.
Yeah, so
Fuck the Jets.
Yes, fuck the Jets. But it really sucks, man. I feel bad for like Lev Bell and like he's getting paid, but whatever.
Can we get a Lev Bell update? Is he hurt?
He said there's nothing wrong with his hamstrings.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, that's great.
It just shows how
terrible yesterday.
It just shows how Gase does not know how to use his people correctly. The only person he knows how to use correctly, I feel, is Jameson Crowder. Like that's and Jameson Crowder is kind of like the coach's pet. I feel like
coach's pet. Like I mean, what other offensive weapon can they use?
Herndon?
No. I mean, let's pull up the box score. Fuck the Jets. I didn't follow them at all yesterday. I got into it with my boy Jake Seeley on Twitter afterwards. That was fun.
That was cool. I did see that.
That's my guy. I mean, if you're gonna,
I saw him roasting you, but I didn't know.
Oh, boom roasted. Oh, boom roasted. If you're gonna roast me to your 69,000 followers, Jake, I'm all about it.
Please do.
I'm all about it, brother. I'm all about it. Help me blow up. He's retweeted both of us before.
Yeah.
For positive stuff. But hey, it's fantasy. Yeah. You shit on your friends. Thanks, Jake. He's my friend, but whatever.
Hey, Jake.
Oh, I digress. But yeah. We were going back and forth about Crowder, right? He says, it was like a meme of Andy Reid looking at a puzzled photo. When your opponent starts Nyheim Hines or Jamison Crowder. And it's like, well, first off, Jamison Crowder, that's a startable guy. Like, where he was getting drafted, like, he's startable. And I said, like, hey, Jamison Crowder, he made his nut on a broken play. Meh. Like, he took one to the house on, 7 catches, 13 targets, 115 yards, but one play was 69 yards for a touchdown. Like, I don't know if you know what the rest of that gets you, but it's not great.
Yeah.
So I'm not high on him whatsoever. He popped off week 1 in 2019, didn't do anything for the rest of the season. Obviously, Darnold got hurt. If Crowder's the best player on the Jets, like, okay, cool. Who do they play next week? The San Francisco 49ers? You're not starting Jamison Crowder up against the San Francisco 49ers.
You know who's going to get him or who's going to cover him? Richard Sherman. That's the only guy that they need to cover.
Not even. They'll put someone better.
Is that Ebron?
Yep.
My man's.
They'll put somebody better on him. I mean, I know that DeAndre Hopkins went off for 13 or 14 catches, but
that's expected.
That's not Jamison Crowder, y'all.
Yeah, that's not Jamison
Crowder. So Lev Bell, 6 carries, 14 yards, 2 catches for 32 yards. Hard motherfucking pass.
It sucks, man. It sucks.
I gave you this to you guys. I told you, don't risk it, don't do it. Take the name off the back of the jersey. Whatever excuse you have to give yourself, do not roster Le'Veon Bell. And now, who knows? You're spending $50 on Nyheim Hines this week. What do I know? Right? Steelers in the red zone, play action. Roethlisberger at the 28, throws it out of the back of the end zone.
He was looking for Ebron, but Ebron was covered.
Yeah. Looks like Roethlisberger, he's eyeing down receivers pretty early. Had that quick play to Connor off the line really quick earlier. Was eyeing down Chase Claypool on that sideline grab pretty quick. Same thing with Juju. So that one, same thing.
You know what I'm noticing?
The timing isn't there for him.
What I'm noticing also with the New York Giants is their coverage is tight as hell, man. Like, these guys are not getting much separation from the corners, and it's just real tight coverage, and I think Big Ben's kind of rusty and is not able to throw it in that window.
2nd and 10, no one in the backfield with Ben. We're going pass heavy here.
2 tight ends.
I like McVance right here. What? That was a terrible route. They threw him the ball, but Vance, why the fuck did you stop, bro? Like, why? What was that?
Yeah, a little miscommunication.
I don't know what was going on there. I saw Vance out there. It was the first time I've seen him out there, so I'm like, all right, they got him ISO'd up on the right. They're going to give him a ball to the corner, and they bring him down to the middle of the field. Let him go up in the corner, use some size up against a line. Let him go body one up. They got the camera.
He is a former receiver.
They got to be talking about him because they got the camera all over him. All right, 3rd and 7 now, and they've got somebody back there with Ben. Looks like Benny Snell.
Yep.
Benny Snell. He's been on the field. Might be a name you guys have to go out and get this week. Lob pass to Juju. Touchdown, Steelers. Interesting play.
Yeah.
That lob pass. Just tapping the X button there.
They probably knew that they probably had a lot of film on that corner and knew that Juju could beat him on that play because you don't you just don't give him that lob pass like that unless you know he's
that was a liberty to give for sure. Free rusher off the corner.
Yeah, that was pre-scripted. They knew that he was going to beat him off the line. Oh, crossing. There you go. That little heads.
Boswell missed the kick. He's on Nick's cut list.
Cut.
He's on Nick's cut list. I'm going up against Boswell, so that was cool.
Good.
It's cool, except for I'm down by 75 points.
Hey, don't they get like -4 from Miss?
Nah,
Oh man.
Then I would be down by 71.
That would
Woo! Sometimes you just go up against the horseshoe in the league. What are you
There
gonna
you
do?
go.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, here going back to some of these props here. We had Humphreys. I have over 3 catches. Nick has under. You have over for Davis. I have under for Davis at 3. Derrick Henry 1.5. Can he hit 2 catches?
no.
I'm gonna say over. They agree with me. -167. 2 catches. I don't hate it. Jerry Jeudy, 4. 4 is the number. He has to hit 5.
I'm about it.
Yeah, I like it. Looks like the book's about it too. A little bit more value, -125 versus the -103. So they like it as well. Jonnu Smith, 3 catches. I'm matched up against him.
In Tennessee, he'll get work. Jonnu Smith, I think, is going to be better than Delaney Walker.
To me, Jonnu Smith is a touchdown-dependent option. 3, 4 targets. I mean, just look at his box scores going down the last 5 or 6 games of last year, including playoffs. Like the last week of the season, he threw up a goose egg. He didn't even have a target. So I'm going up against him. I'm hoping that's the case tonight. I would stay away from his props. I would probably stay away. What about Melvin Gordon? Can he hit 4 catches? His number's at 3. Can he hit 4?
Yeah.
I like it. It's dead even money.
I think he had 36, so that's 3 a game.
Oh, last year?
Yeah.
I think he had more than that.
It's quite possible.
Yeah, I think that's his average. And every down back. They can use him on every down. He can catch the ball in the backfield, has that versatility. Lindsey, not laying a number here, not giving it to him.
Nah, dog.
Noah Fant, 3.5.
Over.
Yeah, absolutely. The book agrees. -143 from them, plus money on the under, actually. Don't see that too often as well.
Wow.
Apparently, they feel the same about Jonnu Smith. They're saying plus money to the under for the 3 catches. Whatever. I mean, 4 catches won't kill me. I still need who do I have? Who do I have? It's driving me nuts. Why am I forgetting who I have? I have Jerry Jeudy and could drive me nuts. Could drive me nuts.
You got me.
It's no one in this game. Oh, Noah Fant, duh. Just said his name.
What are we doing here?
Forget about the tight end sometimes. All right, so 9-10 ball game. Let's check out the spread, see what that updated to. Saw it at 4 or something before. Yeah, right now, Steelers are still -4.5 favorites. The total is at 41.5 for the game right now. So we're at 19 points. About halfway there. I think it might be the time to take the over. 41.5. Let's see how much time is left in the second. Can we do some quick math here, Nick?
Okay, so what was the math here?
That's 19. 19 points.
Okay.
We're not even at half yet. The number's at 41.5.
Okay, so 19, so 41, so that leaves 22.
I feel like we can hit it. I'm gonna grab it. They're letting it hang. The number's still here. Or did they just change it on me? Are they trying to change it on me? Give me the over. But why are you showing 48.5 right now? I don't want that. I want 41.5. Did they just move the number on me on a click?
Man.
You're killing me, guys. You're killing me. They moved the number on a click. What bastards. I click the 41.5 and they make it 47.5. What bastards.
Man. They are not liking you.
No, they're smart. They're smart. They probably left the 41 there so that when you go to place your bet, you still think it's 41 and it's 47.5.
I could definitely see that. Definitely.
Bastards. We got 2nd and 17 right here for the Giants. They are struggling, guys. They're not able to get the run game going. Saquon not looking good out of that backfield. He's right now, Saquon Barkley, I'm gonna hold until this play.
Nice little dash.
Yeah, I'm glad that I waited. I'm glad that I waited. Dude, leaping over Steeler players. Like, come on. They got him the ball in the backfield, toss to him. Barkley going over the top of, I thought I was going to get the number. It looked like Joe Hayden. I'm not sure.
I think it was.
Going over the top of a tackler.
That's a veteran.
Getting in a couple extra yards there. That was beautiful. That was gorgeous. Great play. I was about to say he's a dude, where's my star candidate, with this rushing start that he had. Great pass to Evan Ingram, and we're getting a penalty.
Offensive pass interference.
Please, don't
I
do it.
guarantee it.
Don't do it to me. I got Evan Ingram in the losing fight, but I want to see him do well. What do we got? I don't know. Maybe he was on the defense.
Interesting fact, Joe Hayden is from Maryland.
Hey, bang, bang.
He went to the Friends school.
Offensive pass interference. Golly.
Man, you're going to see those little pushes because I literally just saw a little push, and I was like, offensive pass interference. It's going to be as easy to...
Now, this is a great angle. Great angle. Bro. That's weak as, that's weak as shit. That's Michael Gallup territory from last night. That's weak as shit. We can see the refs are on the under, so you know where your money needs to be.
Safe.
Yeah, right. Heavy rush from the Steelers. Grounds it. Oh, they're showing the AJ Green one right now. Look at those arms, bro.
Wow.
Oh my God. You see his hands like this? Like he's got jazz hands. Even Burrow knows. Burrow's grabbing his hands like those are jazz hands. Yeah, and the Gallup, at least Monday Night Football's on it. They knew it was a bad call. They immediately went to the other two. Like
they probably told the refs you got to really watch out for offensive pass interference, and they are like really on it.
Religious.
Oof.
All right, so man, right here, I'm still holding it down. Noah Fant is going up against Deontay Johnson and Jonnu Smith. Deontay Johnson with that fumble still. I'm up 2 points. I was dead even.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Noah Fant taking on two players. The man, the monster, the Fant. I mean, that can easily happen any Monday night in fantasy. You can have one player cover two. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
Marquise Brown could cover OBJ and N'Keal Harry this week, with his production.
Wayne Gallman.
And he only had 5 catches. Wayne Gallman getting some action.
It's 3rd and 27.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Hey, Barkley went off on that one. Shit.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Making Saquon Barkley look like a, Division II football player. But Barkley, 2 catches, 39 yards, and he had a 38-yard gain, so 1 catch. That was pretty solid. Slayton, 2 catches, 52 yards and the touchdown. We need him to hit 4 catches. Need 2 more balls out of him. Your boy Sterling Shepard, 2 for 27. Respectable. Caden Smith, Wayne Gallman, and C.J. Board have all logged 1 catch for the Giants. Really not that much for the Steelers. Chase Claypool, the biggest play of the day so far, 1 for 28. Juju, 2 for 21 and a touchdown. Eric Ebron, 1 for 18. Deontay Johnson did not fumble the ball on that kick return. The Steelers will start here with about 5.5 left in the second. Anything you want to get out there before we close down the show here? We only got about 5 minutes left here in the half. Anything that we didn't cover that we want to get out?
No, I think we covered a lot. I mean, we went over just about every game, talked about, the hitters and no-hitters. I think we did pretty well, to be honest.
Let's see here.
Josh Allen's accuracy sucks.
Okay.
I just saw
and we're back.
I just saw him pop up the scores, and I saw the Bills, and I was like, "Oh man, Josh Allen's accuracy sucks." Like,
okay, let's dig into that. Let's dig into there a little bit.
I don't think it'll show in the numbers, but I think.
Oh, I think it will. I think it will show in the numbers.
What is it?
Oh wow, never mind. 33 for 46. I didn't know he passed that much. Holy hell.
33 for 46.
46 pass
wow.
attempts.
I would not give him 46 chances to throw the ball.
But they also weren't running the ball that much.
Zach Moss fell. Like, he was not doing good. He had that one touchdown, then didn't do anything.
I mean, Josh Allen, you got to love him for fantasy, though, right? He was the offense. He had not 60 touches. He had 46 passing attempts and 14 carries. He led the team in rushing, and he passed for 46 times. I mean, I've played Madden too. I mean, I've been down this street with some created players here, but what the hell? Like, what offense is that? And I don't see any type of pace for that going forward.
I don't see that making the Super Bowl.
Yeah, maybe against the Jets you can make that work, but I really feel like Zach Moss and Devin Singletary are going to have to figure it out. They should be bringing in Lamar Miller and Devontae Freeman, based off of what those two showed yesterday. Devin Singletary, didn't do anything for him. Did have 5 catches, 23 yards, but meh. 30,
You're a running back, not a receiver.
Yeah, 30 rushing yards. It's terrible on 9 carries. If you think that's bad, though, Zach Moss, 9 carries, 11 rushing yards. Like, they got to figure it out.
Oof.
Josh Allen, not their running back. They're supposed to be a run-heavy team, and they couldn't rush for a total of 100 yards up against the Jets. The goddamn Jets. They don't have C.J. Mosley. Didn't they lose a defensive tackle off the line for COVID, too? Jamal Adams is gone. Like, it's a tank mode team, guys. Like 100 rushing yards. I feel like you should be able to put the ball on the ground against a team like this. I mean, they only won by 10. They were up pretty early. Darnold and company playing from behind.
I just don't think the Bills are a team that's going to be like blowing out teams. I think they're going to be in a lot of closer games, and I think there'll be a lot of grind out games. Josh Allen, man, like I was just watching some of the passes, and they were just like way off, and I was just like, they're hyping this kid up way too high. I mean, he's all right, but I don't see him as like Jim Kelly-esque, and that's the standard to reach. They got to work on his accuracy, man. If they want to go anywhere with Josh Allen, the accuracy has to be there, because when you go into the playoffs, those top teams, those top corners, they're going to start picking those things off.
I mean, you got the ball to the playmakers. Stephon Diggs, 8 catches, 86 yards, no touchdown. John Brown, 6 catches, 70 yards, and a touchdown. That's, pretty solid. The other guys, though, I feel like, with guys like Beasley, Knox, Singletary, even Isaiah McKenzie had 3 catches. Zach Moss had 3 catches for a touchdown. And Gabriel Davis. Guys like these are getting hit, inside 10 yards. They're not taking any deep shots downfield. They're not dynamic playmakers that are making, big plays in the secondary, right? Mm. So, when you're talking about accuracy, those names are going to be the guys that he's hitting underneath for those really short, easy passes. And I think what he's missing on is some of the deeper stuff.
It was like the middle routes. Those were like the ones, because everybody knows Josh Allen has that arm. But when sometimes you gotta dial it back, put some touch on it. He don't have that ability right now, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah. I mean, 33 completions though. I mean, it speaks a lot. It speaks a lot. Rams Cowboys. What did you think of the division of labor between the running backs for the Rams? Malcolm Brown.
And that was a bummer.
Goal line Brown.
I mean, Cam Akers didn't show that he was a dog in that room. Man, I need an interception right there. Malcolm Brown showed that he really wanted it. He got his 2 touchdowns. I think we're just going to see the what are those spinny doors called?
Carousels?
Yeah, the carousel of running backs that go through for that. I was really disappointed in the Cowboys' defense. Like, it was just bad, and it seemed like the Rams were having very long offensive drives and just wearing down the defense. Mm-hmm. And it just seemed like they couldn't stop them. I liked how Zeke played. I like how Dak played in the first half. They got to get it more together, though. Yeah,
absolutely. For Malcolm Brown, Akers, I didn't hate it. You just got to see more out of Akers, right? Still a rookie. Still got to find those holes, develop the chemistry with the line, Goff, etc. Got to earn yourself more time, but Malcolm Brown looks like the option. I can't believe a situation where he would be unowned. Sorry, can't talk. But maybe in a 10-team league he's unowned and people need to go out and get him.
Yeah.
Like, right? 18 rushes, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns, nothing to kick around. But honestly, those 2 touchdowns, they didn't impress me. I felt Cam Akers could have brought those balls home. They were inside the 5. Nothing that great. Just didn't blow my hair back. Malcolm Brown doesn't do anything of the sort. Doesn't blow my hair back. Did he have any catches? He had 3 catches. What a bastard. So he actually had over 100 yards in this game. I hate Malcolm Brown. Let Cam Akers eat, please. Please. You're going to see tougher defenses than the Cowboys going forward. They lost a lot of pieces in this offseason. They lost Gerald McCoy right before the start of the year. That was crazy. The falling over issue, whatever. They're going to face tougher defenses going forward, so I do hope that Akers does get some rack. Henderson, only 3 for 6, still beat up, injured, wasn't going to be given any volume. But, man, if that dude comes back and starts getting touches, it's not going to be good for Akers and Brown. I mean, you won't want to start Brown those weeks when Henderson, is getting full run from McVay and company. And I think you're right. I think it is going to be a carousel. I think Akers is an injury away from some solid value in fantasy. I think he's got to be on your bench for now, but I think he could be a nice piece in the back end of the season.
Yeah, I agree on that.
For the Cowboys, what'd you think about the divisional labor for the receivers? We were talking about the Falcons earlier, about how their receivers all had over 100 receiving yards, all had 12 targets. Calvin, the 3 times 1,000 crew, what they were saying, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of what they got out of them last night?
I don't like what they got out of them last night, but they all showed that they could be that. I think that they're like Michael Gallup's pass where he got that pass interference. Mm-hmm. That was a
47 yards.
That was a great play. I was very happy to see that play. And
that would have put him as 6 receptions, 107 yards. Go ahead, sorry.
Exactly. The receivers have the ability in Dallas to do it. It's just they got to get the ball, and they got to work on not getting the offensive pass interference. That one pass, man, it just shows that they can beat those corners. He beat Jalen Ramsey. He can beat those corners. I actually tweeted last night saying that Michael Gallup's probably the best 1B receiver about it. He has Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Zeke Elliott, and Dak there, but he's on his own level of play, So I like the receivers. It's just they gotta get the team going and maybe have more offensive possessions. Like I said, the defense was having very long defensive possessions. So
oh yeah, absolutely. So correction there. CeeDee Lamb actually had the 5 for 59. So if Gallup caught that pass, he would have been 4 for 47. 4 for 97 yards.
Still good.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he wasn't pulled back, he probably could have even had a touchdown. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? But Amari Cooper, 10 for 81. CeeDee Lamb, 5 for 59. It's solid. Number 1 offense in the league a year ago. Coming into this week, had a lot of hype. We were really high on this team, on all the weapons here. But Cowboys, them boys, still 0-1. I like the weapons there. Gallup, Lamb, Cooper.
Zeke got 2 touchdowns. So I was happy to see that. So the offense is working exactly the way it's supposed to be. The defense is not working the way it's supposed to be. So and they lost Leighton Vander Esch. So they got some.
That is going to be big hurts. Big hurts.
I saw Twitter just explode, being like Earl Thomas has to be getting called right now to help out that defense. There's a couple names out there, but. Hopefully they see, what they need to do to be better, and they can let their offense do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you want to see all these guys eat, right? But when you get into, trailing mode,
it's hard. I mean, you got a lot of pressure on you.
Can't divvy up all the touches like you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's see what else we got here. Rams and Cardinals, Cardinals and 49ers. Anything you took away from that game?
Nuke Hopkins is the best receiver in the NFL. He just needed to go somewhere where he was going to get the ball as much as he is now. There's 600 passes going around. You'll see that he'll be. I'm saying maybe he could reach maybe 110, 115 catches for the season because he's that good, and he's finally in a system that works for him.
Well, he's on great pace for those numbers right now. 14 catches, 151 yards.
Jeez.
I absolutely love it. I love it. What I hate about it is Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, great on the ground, guys. Wasn't their leading rusher, but he was close. Well, leading rusher in yards, but not attempts.
Did he get 100 yards?
He had 91 rushing yards on 13 carries for a touchdown. The rushing touchdown was beautiful. The run play that he finished, it was beautiful. Kenyon Drake, 16 carries, 60 rushing yards and a touchdown, which is not, it's not terrible.
He got the touchdown.
It could be better. But up against the 49ers D, I'll take it, right? I'll take it. But Kyler Murray, 26 for 40 for 230 passing yards and 1 touchdown. I'm a little concerned because they're gonna find a matchup where someone figures out Hopkins. If that's all that they need to do, because
they got Christian Kirk, they got Andy Isabella, they got Larry Fitz.
Right. Exactly. But that's what I'm getting to is the DeAndre Hopkins and the Murray. Is like, okay. We gotta see that because he couldn't complete it to anybody else. Hopkins, 14 receptions. Murray only had 26 completions.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's not good.
That's not great. 230 passing yards for Murray, but 150 of them went to Hopkins. Love it week 1 in fantasy.
Oh, no.
You love it week 1 in fantasy. But if the other team has Kirk and Fitz figured out, it's gonna be tough to keep this type of consistency for both of them. Because he still threw an interception, which wasn't great, but he made up for it with the rushing. The rushing was beautiful. If he didn't have that, it's a bust game for me, in my opinion. Not for Hopkins. Hopkins lit that shit up.
Yeah.
Johnny Hopkins.
I see a lot of these games occurring for Kyler Murray. He is not the same height as Lamar Jackson. He has the same speed. He's probably a better passer than Lamar Jackson, but he cannot see over those 6'6" offensive tackles and maybe 6'4", 6'5" guards.
You ain't getting any taller, folks. You can get faster. You can't get taller.
What is this?
Ben's got a coat on his arm.
Oh my gosh! Oh, it's just to keep it warm. Just to keep it warm, like a pitcher.
I guess.
Good play.
Pitchers should have those. I've never seen a pitcher wear
Oof!
one of
What
those.
a hit! What a hit!
Well, he's jumping over people. Eventually, someone's gonna clock him. You know.
Devin White came angry.
Like. Eventually, someone's gonna figure it out. That is a great pitch, though.
I'm surprised that Devin White didn't get a flag on this.
Boom!
That's like textbook tackle.
Like, you're just trying to jump over everybody, bro. Someone's gonna put their helmet into your hip, like they just did. Like,
yeah.
Owie.
We might not see another hop from Barkley.
And he's on the sideline.
It's fourth down. It's fourth down.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, and he's on the bench. Fuck. He's not happy about that hit, though. Probably also not happy about his rushing total. I'm glad I didn't take any props with you guys on him for that.
Yeah.
I'd be in the hole for week 2.
Looking like the under right now.
Where are we at still?
9-10, 1 minute left, or 1 minute 20 seconds, something like that. Second.
Well, yeah, if the 47 for sure. Let me see if we got an update on that. If they brought it back down again, I think those bastards did. I think they brought it back down to 41. They brought it back down to 41. I'm not touching it. I'm not playing with it. Not gonna do it. The spread. I'm just gonna put the Giants at plus money. I'm gonna put them at 3.5. Yeah. Touchdown. 7 is 16. Plus a field goal is 3. 3.5 might be tricky with that field goal. You know what? Screw it. Giants, they've looked like the better team. I'm going to give them the nod. I'm just going to say they win it. They looked like the better team. No? You don't agree?
They both look bad.
One's got to be better than the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some weird thing about this sport.
I'm going to make a dollar holler on them. I'm not going to spend too much. Make a dollar holler on the Giants. They're looking all right. I don't love what I see out of Ben. Doesn't look great.
I definitely don't like what I see out of Ben.
Sweep to Deontay. Get him in the backfield. Get him in the backfield. Negative. Everything negative. Everything negative. Rookie season 2004. Sophomore in high school, I think.
I actually have Ben Roethlisberger
Freshman in
and
high school.
Eli Manning's rookie card. And Larry Fitz's rookie card.
Well, I have Joe Burrow.
Hey, great start.
And
Great
that's
start.
it.
Great start. Great start.
Hey, he could have been 1-0. Ben with the delivery.
Good break back.
James
That's
Washington.
Glad to see him get some work.
We're down to a minute here, so we're just going to close out this. Don't do that. Shut down the feed. Shut down the feed. Won't see me anymore. All right, so we're just going to close down the last minute here. We got 47 seconds on the clock. Ben, deep throw, out of bounds. Looking for Deontay Johnson. Meh. Deontay Johnson, not allowed to score points tonight. And if he doesn't, it'll be a straight-up battle between Noah Fant and Jonnu Smith. Back into your draft tight end duel for a week 1 victory.
There we go.
I love it. I really would. I'd make me tickle to death. Even if I'm down by a point, I feel like I should still win, or whatever, a handful of points. I feel like I could still have Fant outplay him. Ow. Ben delivers. Juju down to the 40, 39, 38. They're in field goal range. They can probably get a field goal here to close out this close out the half. Going to be 12-10. 12-10. Oh no, I think it did shut down. Nope, it didn't. I don't know. It says YouTube's still up, but I think Facebook might be down. It says we're having trouble seeing the stream. Could just be my computer. I don't know. No, here we are. We're good. All right, so let's see here. Clock's running. 9, 8, 7. Ben, set hut. Delivers. Quick pass.
Oh.
Not completed. quick shot to Deontay Johnson, who's having a great game for me and a bad game for his teammates. It's always nice.
If I can get an interception here from Ben Roethlisberger, that'd be great. Yeah, we can do it.
Okay, want to close it down?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, 29 seconds here. Clock is stopped. Guys are trying to take your time going to halftime. Ben with Jalen Samuels in the backfield. Is James Conner hurt? Can we get a Twitter update on that?
Yeah, let me look that up real quick.
Haven't seen him in a minute. I mean, he was dropping.
I told you he was cut.
He was dropping passes, though. He was. Juju with a quick hit in field goal range, out of bounds. Clock is stopped. 23 seconds left. I feel like I haven't seen James Conner in a minute, though.
Is James Conner already banged up 35 minutes ago?
Hey, it's not funny. It sucks. It really does. Because I'm not tooting his horn or anything. I mean,
So James Conner is questionable to return.
wow.
I told you, cut him.
Wow.
Cut him.
Ouch.
The first thing I saw, though, was someone putting on a clown mask, and the title said, me owning James Conner for the second year in a row.
That's rough, man. It's rough. I know our guy Blake kept Conner in the IDP league. Ben Roethlisberger
Good.
still showing the wheels, getting it down to, looks like the 8 or 9 yard line. See what we get here. Can the Steelers finish this drive? What do you think?
Look, he didn't get a touchdown. That's great for me. If they get a field goal, even better.
That's what I'm saying. Are they going to finish it with a touchdown?
No.
They're not getting a touchdown.
No.
I want to bet you that they will,
If
but
Big
I'm not
Ben's
going
scrambling, they're not going to do it.
I want to bet you that they will, but I don't, because then I'm scared I'll just bet my way to getting a Deontay Johnson touchdown. That's just how life works. It moves pretty fast. But I would be all about an Eric Ebron
There you
touchdown.
go. Field goal. Oh, no.
What?
Sorry.
No. What? I was like, that's too much time.
Zach Banner is a huge human being. He's like 6'8", 375 pounds. Like, he's a big cat.
Big dog. Big dog.
Went to USC. He actually said that if he went to Pittsburgh first instead of Indianapolis, his career would be a lot different. Throwing shots. And a timeout.
I hate when they give him the reception behind the line of scrimmage. It pisses me off. He did get a catch for that 2 yard gain that he had. That looked like a rush to me, but oh well. Oh well. So I'm only up by 1. Still have a half left. At this rate, Deontay Johnson will have 0.9 positive and not 0.9 negative. Claypool with just that one catch. Ugh. I feel like the Steelers offense can break out in the weeks to come. Like they have some pieces there. It's new. I think this is a team that needs a preseason, and I think we saw some teams this week that really did. You know, like the Colts. Those dudes didn't punt, and they still lost.
Enron asked, you guys surprised the Giants are keeping it close so far?
Yes.
I'm very surprised.
James Washington.
Oh!
He's in.
Good play.
He's in. Yeah, they're just dinking stuff across the middle here. The safeties for the Giants.
You know.
Where's Julian Love, Nick? Where is he?
The one thing I'm going to say about what I've seen is I did say before the beginning of the show, there is a huge hole for the Giants in the middle besides Blake Martinez, but he can only cover so much of the field.
Oh, he's down here? No, he's in. Those legs are driving. He's in.
Yeah.
Not even gonna think about it.
So the one thing that I've been seeing from the Steelers is they are throwing the ball in the middle of the field. They are not throwing it deep exactly, and they're not throwing it over the top. They're throwing it across the field because they know that their linebackers are not too great. So, well, I would have lost that bet. So.
Yeah, and Deontay Johnson wouldn't have scored a touchdown, but it is what it is. I digress. Oh, that was a good one. What did I take the Rams last night, or did we take the under in that? Did I take the under in that game?
I think we said the over.
Yeah. Well, no, you and I bet something. I can't remember what we bet.
Oh, it was passer. It was a $1 hour.
Yeah, it was the Make a Dollar Holler Rams versus the Cowboys. I could be wrong. I thought
It wasn't the Rams versus Cowboys. It was one of the 1 o'clock games, and it was next play, pass or run, and I won.
Never mind then. All right, so we're closing it out here. Steelers going into the half up 16-10. It looks like there are 7 seconds left, but I doubt the Giants do anything with it. I'm sure they'll try to kneel it out. Be a flub kick by the Steelers here. So this was TITTH number 44. We had a ton of fun with you tonight, Monday Night Football. We'll be back for Thursday night. I think Emron's going to be here.
Yeah, I think Emron's going to be here.
Emron's going to be here for Thursday night. So gang will be back together for some football fun, Thursday Night Football Club. This week we partnered with Thrive Fantasy app. Thrive Fantasy is a daily fantasy sports app for player props. They have eliminated the need to do countless hours of research because they only ask you about the top-tier athletes in a respective sport. Each prop has a fantasy point total associated with the over-under based on its likelihood to occur. The more points a selection is worth, the riskier it is.
You can use promo code Hizzy when you sign up today, and you'll receive an instant $20 bonus on your first deposit of $20 or more. Download Thrive Fantasy on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store, or by visiting their website, www.thrivefantasy.com. Sign up and hashtag prop up today.
Absolutely. So we had a lot of fun this week. Hope you guys enjoyed week 1. Enjoy the rest of Monday Night Football. We got another half here of the Steelers and Giants, and Titans and Broncos after that. Last take, Nick. Who you got? Broncos, Titans. Last take.
I'm going to go Titans because Cortland Sutton is unlikely to play.
Unlikely to play. Jerry. Let's go.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Appreciate you. Take care. Be well.
See ya.